Good morning. So, I don't know, call this another daily install of my ranting, raving, commenting. So I'm sure everybody's been following along on Trump's cabinet appointments, and I just wanted to comment on Pete Hegseth. I think something that was unbeknownst to me when he was on Fox News, that he is a recipient of 2 Bronze Stars. I don't know the details of those Bronze Stars, but the fact that he earned those says a lot about his character as a man, as a warfighter, and his passion for the United States military in this country that I've seen in the past. And then of late, I think he was on he was on, I want to say Sean Ray, or he was on a podcast here, and the gentleman's a former CIA and retired Navy SEAL. And so I think it was an hour and 27 minutes, and it was a pretty good interview. So it was a good place to take a look at Pete and kind of get a glimpse of what he's about and how much this country means to him. So I think if you have somebody that's willing to sacrifice and to do the things that Pete's done, and to earn 2 Bronze Stars, well, I think he'll do a really good job as a cabinet member for President Trump. So I'm excited to see that. So I'm looking forward for Trump to make his next cabinet pick, and that would be for the FBI director. I'm curious to see as to who that's going to be, because it really needs to be somebody that's going to be outside the box and truly going to clean house and really want to make a difference and restore the FBI to the prestigious law enforcement agency that it used to be many moons ago. Keeping in mind, that no organization is 100% perfect, because in a bushel basket, you're always going to have that one bad apple. So you can't always get rid of every bad apple, but if you could stop that worm from eating that apple and getting that started, well, then you're that much better off, right? So I'm hoping to see that today or the next couple of weeks. I still think Matt Gaetz, I'm probably not pronouncing his last name right, the representative out of the state of Florida, is going to be a great attorney general. And I think Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff and Chuck Schumer and many others, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, have a lot to be worried about. Liz Cheney, she should be probably packing her bags and moving to another country. So I think her days are numbered. And when you look at the criminal activity that's taken place over the last 9 years against a former president and now president-elect, it's astonishing. And those people need to be punished. Trump made a comment here on the campaign trail, I think in an interview, when he was asked why he didn't punish Hillary. And I might be misquoting this, but Trump said the words, it'd be detrimental to the United States. And I'm thinking to myself, no, it wouldn't be. It'd be detrimental to Hillary Clinton, and it'd be good for the United States. Nobody's above the law. Nobody. And how many times have we heard Democrats say that? Nobody's above the law, going after Trump. And how many people were locked up because they didn't appear before Congress when they were subpoenaed, but yet Hunter Biden gets away with it. Now you have some folks ranting and raving. I shouldn't say ranting and raving, but you have some morons going, well, Trump should pardon Hunter. What? Are you kidding me? The filth that was on his laptop, some of it was like child pornographic. And his drug use and his firearms, his tax evasion. he should not get off scot-free. Because, if you allow that to happen, if Trump allows this to happen, and guys like Adam Schiff to get away with lying to the American people, you got to keep in mind, Schiff lied to Congress saying that they had overwhelming evidence that Russia and Trump were in cahoots with one another, when we all know that was bullshit. So, but he lied. He lied to the American people. And for that, he should be impeached, removed, whatever you want to call it, but he should no longer be an active member of either house, period. I'd like to see him locked up. It's kind of like when you make a false police report. That's crime. And he should be punished for that. And that's what I want to see happen. This isn't revenge. This is about justice. This is about making sure that those who perpetrated this crime and spent millions and millions and millions of U.S. taxpayer dollars to prosecute a guy that had done nothing wrong. Nothing. Anybody else would have been locked up. But they just didn't have the evidence. But they wanted to drag this out. So cost Trump, I don't know how many hundreds of millions of dollars to defend himself. So I'd like to see those people prosecuted for the crimes they committed. Once those crimes have been highlighted and shared with the American public, they should serve whatever sentence is required for the crimes, again, that they committed. And then some retribution, or excuse me, some restitution should be given to Trump. I think his lawyer fee should be reinstated, or he should be compensated, reimbursed, and then this whole thing wiped off. And but if we don't set an example here, it's going to happen to the next Republican. If they could just willy-nilly turn around and dream up some bullshit charge and then parade through the House like Nancy Pelosi did with impeachment documents, like it's something to be proud of, is beyond me. Beyond me. It should be beyond all of you. Everybody should be outraged over this. It was really nice on November 5th to see the overwhelming turnout of folks with common sense, I would imagine. Patriots, people that love this country, people sick and tired of the Democratic lie, and that's what it is. It's a lie. They lie, they lie, they lie. I don't believe these people have the ability to tell the truth, period. So something needs to be done. And so if you watch this video, I hope you share this video, like and subscribe. I don't know how long I'll do this, but it's kind of a nice way to kind of kick off my morning and vent. And I know that there's a lot of people that feel the same way that I do, and perhaps they would articulate a little different than myself. But I'm just your average guy, father of 6, and disappointed and upset with how our country has fallen apart. And on a side note, I believe the downfall actually started with the Obama administration. If I'm being honest, that's when I remember seeing the turn in law enforcement, the total disregard and respect for our police officers. Now, having been a reserve officer for 8 years, from 2000 to 2008, I saw some wonderful things, saw some ugly things, saw some things that really still bother me today. But I met some really great officers, and I'm not going to mention names or the town. Outstanding guys, and some of them are retired today. And but either way, I mean, it was a great experience, and I challenge anybody, if you have a police department that has an auxiliary unit, i.e. reserve or a posse, that you take the time and get involved and really know what goes on in your local community, in your police department. how those men and women represent you, and how they uphold the law, how they carry themselves. I think that's very important to get involved. So get involved on, at a local level that way. Your school board, become a delegate, get involved in what goes on in your local community, your school board, and make a difference. I mean, you think you don't, but you do. And I think in Trump's first election, it's pretty obvious that we made a difference. And 2024, November 5th, we made a huge difference. So don't think that your vote doesn't count, because it does. And it's so important to get involved. Don't take it for granted. Or we're going to wind up like England. We're going to have, Palestinians, so-called Palestinians running around, flying their flag on bullhorns. I saw this yesterday. Driving down the road, I don't know what road, but it was in England somewhere, screaming out, kill the Jews and rape the Jews. They're getting away with that. You have the social media police there now in England, arresting you for Facebook posts. For example, a gentleman was arrested because I think he said he started to seeing the Palestinian flags, and he was arrested for inciting violence because of his rhetoric. I mean, free speech is obviously gone in England, and I can guarantee you, had Camel been elected, same thing would happen here in this country. They would continue to whittle away our freedoms because we're not paying attention. I think there should be nothing more that makes the average American angrier than when you have politicians who swore an oath to the Constitution, who on a daily basis try to whittle away your rights. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. So I'm glad to be here, and glad to be 6 feet above the ground. And if you're not, shame on you. So give thanks to the Lord upstairs, and I'm glad He's given me another opportunity today, and another opportunity to talk to some of you good folks. I'm sure I'll get some detractors and some haters on here at some point. My wife told me that would come. So did my sister. So anyway, try to be blessed and have a great day.